the obvious starting place for this answer is that the pandemic has fueled the shift of consumers to more digital modes of shopping, as you touched on, right? We've seen, um, consumers move to digital for the first time. We've seen more frequent use, or we've seen new ways of using it, um, right? And this has really spurred on a focus for brands and retailers in their digital agenda, right? We've seen a focus on the pure digital agenda, primarily speaking to e-com in terms of, investing in the site experience, investing in things like delivery speed. But we've also seen a focus on the omni-channel agenda, which brings the stores and the site together. For example, leveraging the store to create more fulfillment options. Um, but again, that's kind of the obvious starting point. I hope that's pretty clear for everybody by now. Um, that said, it is worth keeping in mind that as we start to see a return of traffic and purchasing to stores, um, let's not get mistaken. The shift to digital is still happening, and that is still an inevitability that we're on. So it's important to, although that trend kind of jumped, and it's settling a little bit, it's still there. It's still happening, and we all still need to be keeping that in mind. But building off of this, and maybe a little bit more interesting, what I've seen is kind of this growing polarization between the big, mighty digital players like Amazon and often the smaller, more physical, more human players. Think like a Trader Joe's, right? Amazon is specifically bearing the flag for a fully digitized future where the human is automated out of most processes, all in the name of efficiency, right? And all of this in an order to offer the most convenient shopping experience. And what's more is that Amazon, with having so much market share, that they can single handedly redefine customer expectations for convenience, right? I'm sorry if you think that anything less than free next day shipping will be tolerated by consumers in 5 years from now. And what this is leading to is everyone chasing Amazon, right? And all of these new convenience based services becoming commoditized. And then the rest of the industry needing to invest to keep pace, right? And on and on. But on the flip side of this, right, as all of this kind of digital revolution happens, there's an opening up of a counter movement, right? That's kind of going back to the deeply physical and human experiences. And again, think about Trader Joe's as a good example of this. I think health and beauty brands also do a great job of this. The Body Shop comes to mind, right? And this is an opportunity for brands and retailers, particularly those, I'll take Vans as an example, that have a history which is rooted in physical and human experiences, to really over-index their consumer proposition, based on these unique advantages. Of course, you still need to invest in these convenient-based services as they become commoditized, but the idea is to kind of copy and follow in this space, and then lead and differentiate in the physical and human space. So I think that's a really important trend which is playing out and provides some really interesting ways to kind of strategize how you show up, how you want to pace your investments in the digital space, and kind of balance those two equations.